Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. So next month, June 13th, will mark the 14th anniversary of the first time I ever went on a date with myself. June 13, 2010. What had happened was, in the spring of 2010, I had gotten myself in a really rotten, abusive relationship. I was dating a girl who was taking advantage of me financially and spiritually, and I almost dropped out of school as a result. I was working on my PhD at Rochester Institute of Technology, and I didn't realize it at the time, but most of my peers outside of that relationship were trying to break me up with her. I had a couple of friends who were trying to sabotage the relationship because they knew it was not good for me. I didn't recognize it. I wish I had, because they were some of the best friends I ever had, now looking back. And actually, it's kind of funny why I broke up with her. She had 2 children from a previous relationship. She was 19 years old at the time, and she was taking advantage of me financially. And one day we were arguing over money, and she was like how she needed to feed her kids. And when I looked at what she was feeding her kids, she said her kids need food. And when I looked at what she was feeding her kids, I was like, gee, I don't see any food in there. I see a bunch of sugar, chemicals, MSG, trans fat, maybe flavored with a little bit of real food, right? That's what I saw she was buying. And it just hit me that it was so incongruent with my personal philosophy. And that was it. I broke up with her on the spot at that moment in time. She probably doesn't realize the mistake she made, obviously. Maybe she does, because she does know how I eat and all that. But I broke up with her, but I felt good about breaking up with her over that issue, because I was very determined about my eating ways, because I felt so much better after I stopped eating all that junk. At the same time, it opened a big empty space, right? I didn't know how to do anything else without the girl. I didn't know how to go to a movie without the girl. I didn't know how to go to a coin show without the girl. I've taken her to several coin shows before. Obviously, she always argued with me about wasting all our money on coins, right? I didn't know how to do any of that. And June 13th of 2010, it was a real sunny day, just like today, actually, in Rochester, New York. And my car wasn't working at the time, because during the time I was with the girl, I neglected to keep the car in good repair. I rode my bicycle to the coin show, and I had the best time of my life. Now, here 14 years later, I no longer think of my relationship with myself as a marriage anymore. I talked about this in the last video. Marrying yourself has a lot of a number of pitfalls. But I still have a romantic relationship with myself, not a marriage anymore, I would say. And so I make it a tradition every June 13th to go out on a date with myself. I haven't decided whether or not I want to share this anniversary with somebody. There's somebody in my life now, and I don't know if I want to share this anniversary with her, right? Well, it remains to be. I still got a month to decide on that, and maybe the two of us can go out on a double solosexual date, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so join me in celebrating this anniversary by going out with yourself, right? If we all did that for one day, I think it could make some waves about how everybody enjoys their love. Love is love, right? And if it makes sense for you to marry yourself, I encourage you to do that as well. It didn't really make sense to me. What had happened was that I had a really busy semester last semester, and I was teaching at Phoenix College, and I had a performance review that could have gone a little bit better. I did well, but it could have been better. And when I looked at what I had missed on the review, I'm like, gee, if only I had somebody cooking for me, right? Like a lot of my colleagues do. I'm competing with people who have an extra set of hands to take care of the household, right? And not to mention, oftentimes a second income as well. And it just it didn't seem fair, right? I had some anyway, just stuff like that, and also, a lot of things tend to cost more when you don't have a second set of hands, right? If you need to eat out because you don't have that second set of hands, if you need to hire various services, right? And though I'm competing against these people, and then I hate to say it this way, my boss knows I'm competing against these people, and she has the audacity to complain about various details that I missed, right? I mean, I wouldn't say it like that to my boss, but that's how I felt. And that's when I decided to go back into the dating world, right? This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.